Zoe, I need some chocolate pudding to get the balance back in my body again so everything's running nice and smoothly. Anyone would think I'd had a lot of sugar today. I don't know why, but I just
You're not bouncing up and down with the sugar?
I'm just feeling a lot of sugar love today. Now, what I'm going to do is make a chocolate pudding to start with.
Okay.
I'm going to whisk up my 5 whole eggs and my 5 free-range egg yolks. I put them into here, and you can see I've got this funny sort of whisk attachment, this sort of doodad, but this is what aerates the eggs and will give us a lovely sort of ribbon consistency. Now, I've got my sugar here, and I'm going to add 125 grams of sugar. Accurately measured, there we go, and in it goes. Now this is the bit, we pop the lid on here like this, and what we're going to do is turn it on, it'll whiz around and it'll aerate the eggs and sugar together and make them a nice ribbon. But the trick is you need to take this part off so the air actually sucks in and helps aerate it.
Fantastic machine.
If you don't, it'll just suck the top of it. No, it doesn't. But it's quite powerful. You need a lot of air in there. So I'll turn this on. This takes about 2 to 4 minutes. You'll see it'll be so light and fluffy, a ribbon consistency. I'll show you exactly what it looks like in a couple of minutes. On we go. Have a look at that, Zoe. I'll turn that off.
Oh, interesting. It's a caramel-flavoured or caramel-looking Sauvignon.
It does, yeah. Looks like caramel, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I'll give you that. I'm going to hand all this stuff to you and as I put it all off.
No problem.
And I'll just take the whisk. I like to use a rubber spatula to make sure you get every single bit of goodness off the equipment and into the bowl. There we go. And I'll pass that to you. There we go. Now, as a kid, I would be straight over to Mum or Nana and I'd be grabbing all that stuff and making sure it was wiped very much clean with my fingers and my tongue. You can see what they mean about ribbon consistency.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice and smooth and it forms a ribbon when you do a figure 8. By the time you get back to the 8, it still holds itself. That's what they call ribbon consistency. Now, I'm going to add to that my chocolate. I have 250 grams of chocolate that has been melted over a bain-marie with 275 grams of unsalted butter. And to that, I'm going to add 100 grams of beautiful plain flour. And I'll just make sure that's sifted, well, sort of sifted. In it goes. And then 50 grams of almond meal, straight in there like that.
That's the healthy part.
That is. And Zoe, while I'm stirring that together, I want you to put the zest of the orange into here. So this is going to give it a really nice Jaffa flavour. So all I do is just stir that around like this to make sure that it all comes together.
In the bowl.
Oh, that's okay. It would have splooshed in there and splashed all this stuff all over my shirt, and I would have had to sort of lick it all up and make sure it's nice and clean. But it would have been delicious. Now you just keep folding this around. You could use a whisk if you want, but you don't want to knock the air out of it. You want to keep it nice and light and fluffy. You can see after a couple of minutes or a minute or so, it all sort of mixes together and you get a lovely sort of chocolatey look and it all looks nice and smooth. Look at that.
This is a very rich, you know, decadent.
Oh, yeah.
Is that enough? A bit more?
Even, that's fine. Just, you've got the smell there. It's got the flavour. Now, this is going to be... This, to me, is a really rich dessert or really rich pudding. Even me. And I like it really sweet.
Even more than the donut?
Well, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, I've got 2 dishes here. I've got these muffin tins, which are good for portioning. And if I've got a... You know, just to show you an example, if I'm having a few people over, you do them in a dish like this. So you can do it any way you want. Now, I'm just going to pour this in and hopefully... This is my little trick. I'll sort of pour it in about 2/3 the way up and I'll just wipe it with my spoon. Hopefully I don't get it all over the place. Look, I've made a little bit of a mess there, but you're not gonna mind, are you, Zoe?
I'm not judging.
There we go. Just a little bit of mess.
I've already judged and it came to the donut. It was the wrong pudding to have around me.
Pushed it right over the edge.
Right over the edge.
Then with the rest of it, I'm just going to put into this large bowl here. So this amount here will make probably 8 of these little tin sizes, or if you've got a large dish, a really large dish, it'll make enough to serve, you know, 8 to 10 people with some ice cream, some cream, or some chocolate sauce. That'll be delicious. Now, Zoe, this is going to go into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes when they're this size, and when they're a little bit larger, they'll take a bit longer, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and you can test it with a skewer to make sure the skewer comes off nice and clean. You know it's cooked. Into the oven these go. While these are cooking, I'm going to make a really simple little chocolate sauce, some cream and some chocolate together, so I can pour over the top of it and have a really rich, delicious chocolate pudding. You love this, Zoe.
You're excited,
I am. Into the oven we go. Zoe, look at this. I'm going to pull one of these little babies up, pop him in the middle. Nice little pudding bowl. I've got a little bit of chocolate sauce to go over the top. Look at that.
Okay.
Oh,
This is
a nice little
rivaling the donut a little bit currently.
Just a bit. It's a little bit more civilised, I think.
Definitely more civilised, 100%. A bit more adult version.
I can
of a
just
pudding as well.
get this one over the line with you, I think. The other one was just like, forget it. Don't even try. But this one, I think I can get that over the line.
Eat the other one, to be quite honest.
All I need is a nice little mint leaf.
Just for you.
Look at that. You know, sitting on top
Beautifully
there, nice little
presented.
pudding, chocolate sauce, ice cream on top. Make sure when you put your spoon through, make sure you get your chocolate and your ice cream.
Now that is beautifully moist and fluffy in the middle.
That's great.
The orange zest, you got a little bit of chocolate there. Orange zest is beautiful in that, really beautiful. I've got to say, I
works really
love
well,
that.
doesn't it? Yeah.
I love that balance of the chocolate, the Jaffa flavour.
As a rich...
Chocolate sauce, maybe don't need it, believe it or not.
No, you have
Ice
to have
cream,
chocolate sauce.
Gotta have ice cream.
Oh, okay, we'll agree with that one. Maybe some cream on there, chocolate sauce if you want, but I think it's a nice, moist pudding, which is what you want. I think we've done 3 great puddings. I might need a shot of insulin just to bring my sugar levels down, but I think we've done a great job, Zoe. Well done.
Me too.